Well, good evening, good afternoon, or wherever the fuck you are. I'm Matt Wyman.
And I'm Matt Romeo.
And this is
Between Two Matts. How you doing today, Matt?
Woo!
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 Yep.
Woo!
Yep. We are so excited because...
I'm bubbling with excitement and sleep deprivation.
Yep. Even though it wasn't even a midnight showing, it was 10:30.
I went to bed at like 4.
Jesus.
I know, man. I was just so pumped afterwards. You remember how I was like, oh, I'm going to go right to bed. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I tried to watch it again.
How was it?
It was terrible. The quality was terrible.
We'll just have to wait.
But as you can tell, we are...
Woo!
Yeah,
Sorry,
we're excited.
I don't know if I can get those out.
It's all right. But we just, last night at 10:30, we saw the first showing of Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
Oh my fucking God.
Okay, well, we didn't do that right, but...
Yeah, fucking God.
Yeah, fucking God.
It's better.
Well, today we're going to give, for episode 7, we're going to give 2 parts. One is going to be a spoiler-free review.
Where we just talk about the general tone.
General tone, characters, the actors.
Actors, and we're not going to do a plot summary, but we will do a...
Like our expectations for the third one, kind of.
Yeah.
But our second parter will be full-blown spoilers. We will say exactly where the plot goes.
Like our favorite lines and scenes.
Mm-hmm. And and where the plot actually went. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers, just wait a little bit and we'll have the spoiler. Well, actually, this is the spoiler for you, so stick around. But our spoiler-filled discussion will be shortly after this.
Yep.
So, all right, Wyman, first impression of this.
My first impression?
Yeah. Well, when the movie got going, what was your first impression?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
It started really quippy. Like, it started with good character development between
characters that we will not disclose.
Yeah, but I will have to say, one of the best relationships of the movie was between Sam Wilson and Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
Like, they had great chemistry.
And I think it's because of the actors.
Yeah.
I think
Anthony Mackie was pumped to do this.
I think that they got along.
Mm-hmm.
And when you it's truly, ladies and gentlemen, it's a truly great thing when two actors just kind of connect and can automatically be friends.
And it shows on screen. Like, if two actors do not like each other,
it's beautiful chemistry is what it is.
Yeah, like if two actors like Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor don't like each other, it really shows on screen.
It shows that.
But like Anthony Mackie and Chris Evans,
wow, man, it was good.
They were like best buddies on this film.
It was great. It was really good.
Yeah.
It was like they've done this like for 3 other movies.
Yeah, it's like they've been doing this all along, and it kind of disappoints me that Falcon's not going to be in Avengers 2.
Is that a spoiler?
No, it's not a spoiler. They've announced.
No, spoiler does not exist.
Yeah. It's not a spoiler, but I guess what would you say with Chris Evans' performance this movie?
Coming into it, honestly, I didn't know how I was going to feel about another fish out of water kind of story.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay,
we kind of had that with Avengers.
We've had that twice now. We've had it with him, like just kind of like a fish out of water, and then we had it with Avengers, and so I thought that this was going to be like another one, but it was kind of more like questioning what is good.
Yeah, questioning what is good and what is evil.
As opposed to, I'm from the 1940s.
What is the internet?
And
technology.
And women shouldn't be in the workplace.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Well, I mean, that's 1940s mentality.
Yeah, it is kind of true. But it was good to see that they kind of held back on the slapstick of Cap not knowing what the fuck is going on.
I mean, there's still like
he's still trying
like
to
the
catch
sense
up.
of kind of like hope, like you get like those moments, and we're not gonna disclose the moments, but you get like the emotions, like, man, everything is totally different.
Yeah. But it's more about him adjusting to the personal attitude of this century as opposed to the 1940s, because we live in a very different world.
Totally.
And this movie shows that.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Next character.
Should we talk about... Oh, fuck. Sorry, guys.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson. I was gonna say Scarlet Witch, but that's not.
No,
it's
not
Scarlet.
Not this movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Scarlet.
Yeah,
it's just
Scarlett Johansson's performance as Black Widow. What'd you think?
different.
Yeah, because she wasn't
different.
She wasn't cold and total assassin in this movie. We got to see a little bit more of her.
I mean, I don't know how many fucking promotional TV show moment things that they did where they're like, yeah, so Scarlett and we're coming from two different backgrounds, but we find that we're an odd friends. And actually, literally, that's the best fucking description of their relationship.
Yeah, because they are two very different people.
And they for some reason they're friends. Mm-hmm. And they're good friends. It's because they
bounce off one another. They learn from each other. Like she learns
to be
morally good, whereas he knows not. She teaches him you can't trust everybody.
Yeah.
And by the end of this movie, Cap has really changed.
Yeah, there's so much fucking character development.
I was shocked at the amount of character development through this movie.
Can we talk about some of the action choreography?
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that.
So, I don't know if I've established this in the previous parts of our relationship, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking directly to you. But I hate shaky cam.
Yeah, shaky cam sucks.
It makes me nauseous, and I guess I come from the old 80s style action movies where
we actually see them fight.
Yeah, where you see them fight. But I fucking hate shaky cam, but I liked it in this movie.
It wasn't overly used shaky cam. It was in there. It was up close, but you could still see what was going on.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it needed to be in slow motion or something.
Some of it needed to be, but that hand-to-hand combat.
Wow.
Holy shit.
We've seen little clips of it from the trailers and stuff like that. They are some of the best choreographed fights I've seen in a long ass time.
Especially with a guy that uses a shield.
Yeah.
That shield is now one of the coolest weapons ever.
Yeah, and some of the things, I mean, a lot of the things are physically physics. Mm-hmm. They're impossible. The whole shield bouncing off stuff and it always comes back to me.
Well, it's not about the physics. It's about him knowing how to throw it.
Meh.
I know it is a little hard to predict, but the whole science behind it is you can throw it a certain way, it'll bounce back and then bounce back to you, or it'll curve down towards you, and that's what he normally does.
That's stupid.
Yeah,
but anyway,
shield is still awesome.
Yeah, the shield is what? I kind of wish that he had a sword now.
Yeah, holy shit,
how fucking awesome!
He doesn't need a sword, dude. He has his fists and his legs to use. I know. He used them to the max in this movie.
He kicked the shit out of... I'm pretty sure the stunt double who took that kick shit his pants. He's like, oh!
Ow.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Why?
Why did that happen? The thing that they described in the behind the scenes is Captain America has now studied new forms of combat.
Oh, and you can
tell.
Totally tell.
You can see
elements of Corps McGraw,
you can see parkour.
Yeah.
You see jujitsu.
Yeah, definitely.
There's kickboxing in there.
Kickboxing isn't a martial. That's a sport.
Well, something like
that.
But
some of the I don't want to say Chinese, the kung fu. Mm-hmm. The kung fu, northern kung fu styles, where they use a lot of legs and a lot of leg work.
He uses his legs a lot in this movie,
which is great with a fucking shield. You would be like, no, you get somebody right next to you and you kick him in the fucking head.
Yep. I guess we missed some other performances. Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson. What'd you think of him in this movie? I mean, he's Samuel motherfucking Jackson, but
hell yeah. I told you, motherfucker. I am Nick Fury.
I'm motherfucking Nick Fury. Yeah. I thought that he learned a lot in this movie too.
I feel like he didn't learn as much.
Not
I feel
as
like
much,
that
but
if he could have, he would have gotten away with it.
Yeah. But by the end of the ending scene of this movie, he is a changed person.
Yeah. I guess. Should we talk? Oh shit.
It's hard to talk about the Winter Soldier. I guess we could say, how we felt when we saw him on screen, without giving too much away.
There were parts when the Winter Soldier was on screen, and I thought I was gonna cry.
Yeah, I was gonna shit my pants sometimes because I was like, this guy is terrifying.
Yeah.
He was cold. He was calculating. He was methodological.
And yeah.
I was like, this guy's unstoppable. Like some of those fight scenes between him, Cap, and
I didn't even think. I honestly did not know who was gonna win.
Yeah, it was
in,
hard
in
to
a lot
predict.
of them. It was just like it was so back and forth and
because sometimes Cap would get the upper hand, but then Winter Soldier would be like, nope, there goes your shield.
metal arm.
Yeah, metal arm. Though Cap took some punches from that metal arm. Holy shit.
Did he take some punches?
I was like, dude, you are a bam taking.
No.
Because that arm had to be made out of hard metal, almost vibranium.
I thought it is made out of vibranium.
Yeah, well, there were some scenes where I was like, nah. I think we'll talk more about that in the spoiler discussion. But I guess, let's see. What's another performance we can talk about? Robert Redford as Alexander Pierce. What'd you think of him?
Fucking magnificent.
Yeah, it's Robert Redford. He's going to be awesome in anything.
Wow. Just wow, guys. Like, oh my God. He did such a fucking good job.
Yep. Because This is a movie.
This is no spoilers, and I'm just saying, no spoilers. Seriously, he did a fucking awesome job acting.
But this is such a strange movie for him to be in. He's normally in like Academy Award films.
He could get an Academy Award for that. I would give it to him.
Yeah. But then in this movie,
this is not as a fanboy. This is just a guy being like, dude, I have not seen any of your work prior to this, but that was fantastic.
He's known for a lot of like 70s conspiracy movies.
Right.
And that's what this movie really was. It harkened back to a lot of 70s conspiracy movies. But then it had like awesome car chases, awesome dog fights, and awesome hand-to-hand choreography.
Real quick, how do you think plot-wise it was?
Huh?
Did you see any like loopholes? I really didn't see that many.
Well, we can't really talk about loopholes and spoiler-free.
Or like weird. Like, did you find it weird at all?
No, I mean, in the context of the entire Marvel universe, it still kind of doesn't explain the absence of S.H.I.E.L.D. in Iron Man 3 or Thor the Dark World. Because remember how prominent S.H.I.E.L.D. was in the first two Iron Men and the first Thor?
But if you're watching S.H.I.E.L.D., the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they're cleaning up afterwards.
Yeah, but they are supposed to have a presence in the film.
Right.
Because you remember how much of a presence S.H.I.E.L.D. had in Iron Man 2, and then they're nowhere to be found in Iron Man 3.
Yeah, but that's after, like, they're primarily
when
American-based.
When Tony...
They're global after
But
Avengers.
Tony Stark's fucking house gets blown up, and and S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't even call to see if he's okay.
It was a little weird.
Just like in Thor the Dark World.
Maybe that's just directorial
Thor
problems.
comes back, and S.H.I.E.L.D. is like...
Doesn't do any,
There's another alien invasion.
Is this supposed to take place at the same time?
No, I think they announced that it was 2 years after the events of the Avengers.
Which would have been the same.
No, Thor is only a year after, and Iron Man 3 was like 6 months after. Because Avengers was like in May time, and then Iron Man 3 took place in December. Like Christmas afterwards. Right. And then Thor took place like a year after, and then Cap took place 2 years.
Okay.
So I think Avengers 3 will actually be 3 years after the events of the Avengers.
Maybe they're just concentrating their efforts on making...
On something we can't really talk about in this review.
Things.
Yeah, on certain military actions that happened in this movie. And that did kind of explain a little bit. But how would you rate this movie? Scale of 1 to 10.
As not a Captain America fan,
yeah,
I don't really like him from the comic books. I mean, I would give this movie a 9.8 to 9.9.
Yeah,
I was scared, happy, sad, elated, like nauseous, kind of.
Yeah, you felt like you felt everything in this movie, and. Yeah, I was gonna give it.
It truly took me. The movie's job is to take you away from a place.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9.8 as well, because this movie, it really does change the Marvel universe as we know. Like, you're gonna view everything differently. But we need to wrap it up, and we will continue
this on part 2.
Part 2 with a spoiler discussion.
Yep.
So stay tuned.